FSB kicks off the 2024 football season on August 16th.
First down, they'll give it over right tackle, and here he's gone. Good night, Tyler Beverly with the answer to the house call.
FSB is your official home for Clay County Athletics, covering Fleming Island, Clay High, Orange Park, Keystone Heights, OakLeaf, Middleburg, and Ridgeview. Catch a live game every Friday night on the FSB YouTube channel or at fsbjacks.com.
And Brown will get that from just in front of his goal line. Got a big wedge up the middle.
Big hole.
Brown's
right
got
there.
a hole, and he's gone.
Catch him.
Goodbye, Orange Park.
He's on his horse.
Take it to the house.
Make sure you subscribe to all our social media platforms at FSB Jacks. FSB Florida Sports Broadcasting is proud to bring you high school football. Tonight, the OakLeaf Knights travel to Orange Park to take on the Raiders. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Mr. Chubby's Wings, the First Baptist Church of Orange Park, Worldwide Automotive in Middleburg, and the United Soccer Alliance. Now let's go live to Orange Park High School with Brian Paul and David Wells.
Number 9, Austin Mills. Number 10, a senior.
We're live from Hoyt B. Cotney Stadium in Orange Park, Florida. The sun is shining and the football is ready to go. It's Friday Night Lights on FSB. This is BP alongside my partner, the quarterback, David Wells. We're ready to rock for an in-county clash between the OakLeaf Knights and the Orange Park Raiders. It's home opener here for Orange Park, David. So tonight, we've got two running attacks ready to go.
Well, we have an experienced quarterback for Orange Park who's going to be handing the ball off to a running game that really likes to go between the tackles, and you have a spread-out game for OakLeaf that has the ability to not only run the ball between the tackles but also stretch to the sidelines as well. It's two different flavors of ice cream, but two teams that really like to run the ball.
Absolutely. Both teams coming off pretty big wins last week. Orange Park at Ridgeview with some success. OakLeaf went down to Riverside. Riverside, coincidentally, tonight in action against Fleming Island. It's a home game for them. We've got action all over the county. We'll get you abreast of the district and break down these two teams tonight. It's Friday Night Lights on FSB from the beautiful confines of Hoyt B. Cotney Stadium on the campus of Orange Park High School. We'll be back after this moment and come back give you some Friday Night Lights breakdowns right here at Florida Sports Broadcasting. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in just a minute.
Chubby's Wings are more than just wings. With a great food and beverage selection, Mr. Chubby's is the home of the original Fleming Island Happy Hour, Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. You can catch all your favorite sporting events on the numerous TVs, including all Fleming Island football games on FSB. Before or after the game, Mr. Chubby's has you covered, and they're only 0.8 of a mile from the Fleming Island High School campus. You can order online at MrChubby'sWings.com or call 904-272-WINGS. And while you're at it, let Mr. Chubby's cater your next event. Call 904-272-WINGS. Having served Clay County for 18 years, Worldwide Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
Welcome back to Hoyt B. Cotney Stadium. It's BP alongside David Wells. It's Friday Night Lights on FSB. It's a gorgeous night for football, man.
Oh, absolutely terrific, right?
Can't wait for this one. So it's our first trip to Cotney Stadium. We do enjoy the atmosphere here at Orange Park, that's for sure. I got to see some clips from today's pep rallies, David, and it looks like the Raider Nation is excited for their first home game today.
Well, pep rallies are huge for morale. It's just getting the entire student body behind you, whether it's freshmen that have barely been to a football game in their life or seniors where these are going to be the last few experiences they have. Just to be jazzed up for a matchup like tonight, it's really good for morale. It's really good for team, that gusto to go in for that first series.
Absolutely. So last week we spent some time at Clay High School where the Fleming Island Golden Eagles took care of business with a 30-20 win over their crosstown rivals. Tonight we have another in-county clash with a very good OakLeaf team taking on the homestanding Raiders. With that said, it's time now for our Visitors View, brought to you by the United Soccer Alliance Clay County Soccer Club. The Knights handled their opener against Riverside by the score of 35-7. OakLeaf quarterback Jack McKissick, he threw for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns, with Chris Foy rushing for 147 yards and a touchdown. So a lot of offense there. David, it's no surprise that Oakleaf's running offense came out of the gate on all cylinders there. So what do you expect from them this evening?
Well, of course, that running game is going to be highlighted a lot, even tonight, even throughout the rest of this pregame show. But that being able to have a second dimension, or at least be able to throw to the flats and create catch-and-run situations, is really big for Oakleaf, and a step they couldn't really do last year. So if McKissick is that good, if he can take that next step and be a quarterback for them to develop a passing game that could roll on even through this game for the rest of the season, it would be huge. But they're a run-first team, that's for sure.
Well, the Knights handled that very well. Their run game was unstoppable and finished it with 257 rushing yards, and that strong performance was nothing new for this team. They've rushed for at least 151 rushing yards in 5 consecutive games. That dates back to last season. Do you expect they're going to make it 6 tonight?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the defensive backs is really the strength of this team for Orange Park, so they should be able to do so very well tonight.
We'll pause right here. Actually, we'll go to commercial, and when we come back, we'll have more Friday Night Lights on FSB.
The United Soccer Alliance is a full-service soccer club for all ages. The United Soccer Alliance will train your child with professionally licensed coaches. And make sure you check out the United Sports Alliance's flag football program. For more information about soccer and the flag football program, go to unitedsocceralliance.org.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Welcome back, everybody. Raider Band giving us the national anthem, and we're back for Friday Night Lights on FSB. It's the home opener for the Raiders, and we expect this place to be rocking in just a short while. Our entire crew here on the corner of Kingsley and Blanding, here at the campus of Orange Park High School, and we invite you to follow us on social media at FSB Jacks. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and X to stay up to date on our broadcast schedule. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Watching the game tonight on YouTube, we would appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell to be notified of our next live broadcast. We appreciate all of our subscribers and regular viewers to Friday Night Lights. Time now for our home team report, brought to you by First Baptist Church of Orange Park. The Raiders started on the road to begin the 2024 campaign, but the result was worth the trip. They never let Ridgeview onto the board and left with a 26-0 victory last Friday. Quarterback Gabe Taylor, a third-year starter for Orange Park, he looked great while leading the team to the win. He rushed for 30 yards and a pair of touchdowns. So, David, how much will his leadership impact his team tonight now that he's in year 3?
So you're not looking for dominant statistical performances from Gabe Taylor. What you're really looking for is a manager of the game, somebody who can facilitate what it's like from the coaches onto the sideline into the huddle and onto the field. So the number one thing for him is making making sure that he gets that offense in and out of the huddle, into the right play, and moving very, very quickly. They're still not the most up-tempo pace in the world, so holding on to the ball will be a premium for them.
Absolutely. Well, the passing attack was not really prevalent last week. Taylor only threw 6 completions for 70 yards, which is sort of uncharacteristic for him. But the run game was dominant. They combined for 201 yards and 3 touchdowns. They ran by committee last week. Dylan Ruiz and Austin Mills carried the load. So with that dominant running game on the other side of the ball in Oakleaf, how important is time of possession tonight for Orange Park and keeping the defense off the field so they're not getting beat up by Oakleaf?
So like we said earlier, it was definitely how they're built to play offensively. They have a huddle system to where they're going to take their time, make their substitutions, and then make sure they're into the perfect play before they even break huddle. And they'll make sure that the defense doesn't get a quick look at the offensive formation while also burning down the play clock as much as possible.
So with that, let's take a brief timeout. When we come back, we'll have our keys to the game. You're watching Friday Night Lights on FSB, and we'll be back after this.
Chubby's Wings are more than just wings. With a great food and beverage selection, Mr. Chubby's is the home of the original Fleming Island Happy Hour, Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. You can catch all your favorite sporting events on the numerous TVs, including all Fleming Island football games on FSB. Before or after the game, Mr. Chubby's has you covered, and they're only 0.8 of a mile from the Fleming Island High School campus. You can order online at MrChubby'sWings.com or call 904-272-WINGS. And while you're at it, let Mr. Chubby's cater your next event. Call 904-272-WINGS. Florida Sports Broadcasting is your official home for high school sports in Clay County, covering schools throughout the district. FSB will provide live play-by-play sports with play-by-play announcers and graphics.
29 seconds on the clock.
Rolling.
Pistol formation, 4 wide receivers. Broughton gets the snap, steps.
Throw it again.
He's going to throw it again. He's got a receiver. That's going to be a penalty. Oh, they end up Fleming. Touchdown! It's a touchdown!
FSB will provide a fantastic opportunity for your business to market your goods or services to a specific demographic. For more information about how you can advertise your business during our broadcast, go to fsbjacks.com or social media at fsbjacks.
Back to Hoyt B. Cotney Stadium on the campus of Orange Park High School, live with BP and David Wells on FSB. It's now time for our keys to the game, presented by Mr. Chubby's. The key to a great pregame or postgame celebration is at Mr. Chubby's, the home of the original Fleming Island Happy Hour. All right, enough talk. Got to play football eventually. So, David, give me your keys to the game for the Oakleaf Knights tonight.
So, keys for the game for the Oakleaf Knights, making sure you get after Gabe Taylor, disrupt him, make sure he's uncomfortable, take time between when he gets tackled, lay on top of him a little bit, make it more difficult for them to get in and out of plays. I think that it's going to be a do-what-you-do kind of game for Oakleaf, and as long as they execute to the best of their abilities, they should come out with a pretty big win.
I think they need to play the deuce, and that's Chris Foy II. Play that deuce, play the card often. He's going to have a monster night tonight if Orange Park can't stop him on the front seven. He's a power back, and he will definitely keep them at bay, so look at that. You also need to dominate the time of possession and keep Orange Park's offense off the field as much as possible because they can and will score. They're not, not a slouch at all. So, David, what about the home team? Orange Park looks like on paper they have a monumental task tonight.
Well, it's blocking and making sure things are taken care of from the offensive line point of view. You got to make sure you protect your quarterback well. They have a senior tackle in Jeremiah Hamilton, who's somebody who should be bringing not only a leadership aspect but a talent aspect to that offensive line as well. He's long. He's their biggest player. He should be able to have a nice dominant night, and as long as he does, hopefully that passing game can kick off a little bit better than last week.
Absolutely. I think Gabe Taylor needs to be in command tonight on offense, but don't put the game entirely on your shoulders. You need to be a leader, but the game's not won or lost just by you. You've got 10 other guys on the field that can help you with that. I think Dylan Ruiz, run, Dylan, run. Just go. He was a threat in the run game, and he needs to match wits with Oakleaf's front seven if he wants to make the difference tonight.
If their passing game comes from play action, I'm pretty sure that means they're going to have that successful afternoon with Ruiz.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting ready to kick the game off here. Orange Park will start the game on defense as they'll send it over to Oakleaf. We're happy you're with us tonight on Florida Sports Broadcasting. If you're watching us for the first time, we appreciate you so much. We do this every Friday night during football season. Smash that subscribe button. Get us to 1,000 subs. We'd appreciate that very much.
All right.
To kick, Brock Aflige, and, well, I'm sorry, he's out there, but that is not the kicker. I have misspoken. But we've got a kick, and we are ready to go. And that's number 8, Mike Connor, the sophomore, and he'll get stopped just shy of the 20-yard line.
Excellent job by the kick coverage team for Orange Park there. Stayed in your lanes and beat everybody to the ball. It's a sprint game. They really did a great job there. It's a race to the opposite 40-yard line, and everybody was sprinting all the way through.
So OakLeaf is led by their junior quarterback, Jack McKissick. He's listed as 6'2", 180.
Well, tall and lean.
He'll come out in a 3 wide receiver set, and the deuce right behind him, number 0, Chris Foy II. And yes, he is the head coach's son, and he is a load at running back.
That does not sound like a fun tackle. He's built well with a strong lower body, and I bet that pad level is also going to be pretty low to the ground.
Kind of runs a little bit like Adrian Peterson used to back in the day. Get a snap. Scans down the field, got a good pocket, throws it into the flat. That's number 40, Aiden Justillion. He gets across the 35-yard line to about the 36, and OakLeaf will move the sticks on their first play.
That's an excellent read from the quarterback. He was going touchdown to check down there. He looked at his first 2 options, didn't like him, turns his whole body to his right, finds his check down, gets an easy completion and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. OakLeaf will come back out, and they'll typically run that 3 wide receiver set. They'll move Justillion up, and he will now block at fullback.
Well, it's that spread you out to run it up the middle kind of ordeal here. Unless you have a good space defender who can also run into the box, it puts you into a bind.
So they have digital play clocks here at Orange Park, but they are not functional, so we'll guess with you all. They give over left tackle to Foy. He goes into open field, and you better bring him down. And he is not a guy that you want to tackle high, David. You got to hit the legs.
Absolutely. At bare minimum, he's going to fall forward. You know that. So you got to make sure you stop that momentum as soon as possible.
1st and 10 again for OakLeaf down to the Orange Park 44-yard line. Sorry, 46-yard line.
OakLeaf looks to have a pretty good advantage on the defensive line, or on the offensive line to Orange Park's defensive line here. Let's see if they lean on that size advantage.
Come out with trips to the left of McKissick. Foy stay in the backfield. 1st down and 10. OakLeaf gives up the middle. Foy's got to run. He tripped up that one. That was probably the best defense on that one.
Yeah, you have to go low. The shoelaces are pretty low.
Shoelaces will count. 2nd down and about 1 yard line. Yep, they'll mark it down 1. So a good 9-yard run there across the 40.
But still a good push so far by the OakLeaf offensive line. They've been opening up holes up the middle, and as long as there's still holes, they're going to keep running the same play over and over, just like we saw in some of our broadcasts last year.
Ball will sit at the 37-yard line. Spread it out now with 4 wide. Move across the formation. They'll run that jet motion, and they'll give it to number 1, Carlos Withrow. He'll get a couple of yards on the jet. And that's probably the best defensive play that Orange Park has played, but it still moves to 6. 1st down, OakLeaf at the 34.
Well, they'll have defensive backs that'll rally to the ball here. Even though they're playing pretty far off coverage right now, you're going to see them fly up there pretty quickly, especially once they get closer to the red zone.
Again, OakLeaf, a very run-heavy offense. We've seen 1 pass so far. First down. Get a snap, scans, throws into the flat. That's caught, tries to circle around, and breaks away from the tackle but gets out of bounds. Jordan Price.
Well, taking advantage of what would seem like an obvious running situation, 1st and 10, but getting an easy completion here, setting up yourself a 2nd and medium, 2nd and short, something that could be able to not only play action off of, but also just continue to pound it down the throat of Orange Park.
Ball rests at the 29-yard line right now, 2nd and 5. Opening drive of the ball game. Happy you're with us tonight on FSB. Witherep will come across the formation, and he'll end up being the running back. He'll take the carry, and he's got some quickness. We'll get across the sticks, and another first down for OakLeaf, and they're turning it out.
So you're going to see some I formation runs from Orange Park. Here you get the OakLeaf version of the I formation run, where Foy acts as the acts as the fullback, going to go block the linebacker. So an ISO run here, try to get some more easy yards up the middle.
1st and 10, approaching the red zone right now. They're on the 22. Line up with a fullback here. They'll give to Foy. And actually they gave it to the up back on that one, and Orange Park was all over it.
Got number 52, Jaden Blanton on there, junior defensive end, coming in to make that stop.
It's okay to play bend, don't break defense against OakLeaf. The key is to not break. They'll move the ball back to the 24-yard line of Orange Park, coming up on 8.5 minutes here.
So far, the only 2 throws that they've done are simple progression reads.
2-yard loss on the play. 2nd down, now 12. Get a snap, steps up, scans around, doesn't see what he likes, got plenty of time, pocket holds, scrolls out. They're going to get a holding penalty on the back side of that, and a wicked hit. McKissick lays the shoulder down and says, "Excuse me, sir, you were in my way," but that's going to come back on a holding penalty.
I'm going to argue that it was unnecessary. Even the hold was unnecessary of the field, but didn't go to the 3rd level of his read to see that, frankly, wide open receiver sitting there. So if he had gotten rid of the ball on time and on tempo, he probably don't get the hold.
Yep, and this is where if you're OakLeaf, you can't shoot yourself in the foot. Your opening drive has been going splendidly. You're doing exactly what you want to do, and now you're back 2nd and long. Makes it 2nd down and 22. Ball sitting at the 44-yard line now.
Yeah, I'm not sure this OakLeaf.
And that's a great tackle. We got a flag on the play, and I wonder if they're going to get. That's going to bring it up 2nd down and 37. Spotting the ball way past midfield. It started inside the OakLeaf red zone and has been steadily moving inside of the 22-yard line. But 1.5 miles of penalties has set this up.
Oh, you got to play some real conservative football if you're Orange Park. No big plays.
4 wide receivers here. They're just going to see if they can get back one here, and they're going to take a shot downfield, and that is caught. And Orange Park kind of looking around going, where's the penalty flag? But we don't see one. That's going to get all the way to the 20-yard line, bring up 3rd down and extremely manageable.
Well, 3rd and 10, but still, compared to previous situation, which was impossible to do.
Yes, I mean, you picked up 27 yards on that play. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, that was my fear on that. I'd rather have the down than that much distance.
So 3rd down and 8 from 2nd down and 37. And now we're talking 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, this has really changed the tides there. You could have had yourself a 3rd and 15, and now you're blinking.
From 2nd down and 37 to 3rd and 4. That's quite a swing, but very common in high school football. We see this a lot. So,
the penalties are going to be how good teams win, how bad teams lose.
Ball spotted just shy of the 15-yard line now. Under 7 minutes to play, about 6:40 to go in this first quarter. Happy you're with us tonight. 3 wide for OakLeaf. Get a snap. They'll give to Foy. He'll probably churn out these yards and then some. That's a touchdown. Knights. Wide open hole. He is not touched, and Orange Park gave it up on penalties, and 6 are on the board.
Goes up 6-0 with 6:29 to go in the first quarter. 5.5 minute drive.
And that's our first Worldwide Automotive touchdown of the night. Worldwide Automotive, proud sponsor of Friday Night Lights on FSB and our official touchdown sponsor this season.
Well, a nice couple blocks up there by the offensive line. They've been really doing that in the end zone.
Kick is up and good, so our score with 6:29 to go in the first quarter. OakLeaf 7, Orange Park nothing. They'll get their first offensive possession. We'll keep it right here on Friday Night Lights on FSB.
You see, that OakLeaf offense was doing just enough in the passing game to keep 2 high safeties and spread out those defensive backs. If you do that, you're playing 7-on-7 man blocking, which is a lot easier to do, especially if you have the size advantage on the offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely. And they run to set up pass like nobody else in this area. So, and they have the run game to support it. Well, now we can see what Orange Park, now they didn't play bad on defense actually. They manned up and played pretty well, had a couple of tackles in the backfield. Those TFLs can add up. Penalties the difference on that drive for both teams.
Yeah, in those long drives, the one that go 10 plays deep, it really comes down to who's the first one to make a major mistake.
So Andrew McDade, our kicker, he's senior. Back deep for Orange Park. Let's see, Daniel Richardson, I believe. Yes, Daniel Richardson, and I believe that is, can't get a number from this angle here. We'll catch that in a second.
The Raiders.
Kicks it up, nice and high, end over end. That's going to get fielded at about the 5-yard line, and we'll see if we can get a wedge here. Got a hole. Daniel Richardson, number 0, will get the reception on that one. He'll get across the 25-yard line to about the 27, and this is where Gabe Taylor and the Raider offense will get started.
Well, Gabe Taylor's got plenty of experience in big games, especially contests like this. You know, he's had some struggles against good teams, and OakLeaf has had Orange Park's number, but this is a great way to turn things around, doing a quarterback that's definitely had a lot more playing time than most as a junior would. So let's see if he can get the ball distributed to his teammates.
Lined up out there on a boundary corner, number 13, Caleb Singleton. You might remember that name if you watch Fleming Island football. He's transferred to OakLeaf.
A very talented player. Offers from Florida, Kentucky, Rutgers, where he's committed right now. Speed for days. 11-second 100-meter dash, 22.3 200-meter dash. Very fast.
And a very good corner. Taylor. They'll give up, and here he is. We've been waiting to call that number.
Gets the ball off the right side. Took it about 4 yards. 2nd and 6.
Austin Mills, from what I hear. Now, something that we saw Orange Park not do very well last year was their play calling, their huddle. And they would kind of sit in this long moment where Taylor would run all the way practically to the numbers and get his play call in and then burn all that play clock. Led to a lot of delay penalties. Let's see if they fix that this season. Move a fullback across the line. Taylor will give. Come around to the outside.
Hamilton there, the senior captain for Orange Park, opened up a hole there, kicked out the defensive end, and Taylor runs right behind him for a first down.
Spot the ball at the 40-yard line. Let's take the hydration break with them. It's 4:48 to go in the first quarter. OakLeaf 7 and Raiders nothing, and we're going to keep it right here now.
Well, just being able to run the ball like that and set the stage for, you know, what's going to happen after the hydration break. It's going to be more running the ball, and hopefully that play action game can start to finally get going. You know, Gabe Taylor didn't have the greatest game last week, and he's going to be able to do that if they run the ball and set up this play action.
Absolutely. Well, taking a look around to visitor group over there, the Knights band out there as well.
Oh, they look all decked out. It's a great-looking band. I see some camo here from the student section. Got a little extra stuff going on from the Orange Park faithful. So the energy out here is high. And, of course, at halftime, we're going to have our Raider band concession stand, and I'm really looking forward to that, too.
We're going to run David over to grab some food. Looking forward to that tonight.
It's by far my happiest errand that I will ever do.
It's the first time we've done a Taste of the Town this year on FSB. We're looking forward to that. 1st and 10 now from the 40-yard line of Orange Park. Taylor will line it up again. They'll give. That's Mills one more time. Finds a quick running lane that is plugged up. He'll get a yard. Mills will carry the load most of the time for Orange Park, and Dylan Rees will come in after that. They do run by committee here.
Well, it's not too shocking. It's a little hard to see him in the backfield, so making sure you know where he is as soon as he cracks that first level is very important. He's going to get lost in the trash if you're the OakLeaf linebackers.
Mills is just a sophomore, and yeah, he is that low center of gravity. He just does kind of get concealed behind all of those black jerseys on the O-line, and then he kind of emerges. So the goal for Orange Park is to get a push against what looks to be a much larger front four for OakLeaf. They are some big boys up there, too. Taylor will give to Mills again. Mills will cut and a little counter run. You get a couple of more yards, and it seems to me, David, that they're looking to run a couple of yards in a cloud of dust and see if they can pop a cork and run downfield.
Well, it seems like every successful run is being run behind number 55, their right guard, Jeremiah Hamilton. So it's really one of the focal points of their offense. You know how much we talk about quarterbacks being important, running backs being important. Today, it's going to be that particular offensive lineman making sure they have a focal point or areas to attack.
Third down and about 6 to go. They're just shy of the 45-yard line. Stay in that 3-wide formation with a tight end now.
Having some issues. We are experiencing some as well here with the Wi-Fi at Orange Park Stadium, but we'll be corrected soon, and hopefully you can stay with us here at Florida Sports Broadcasting.
Yep, technology's fun. Hang with us. We'll get it sorted out in just a minute. We appreciate your patience. But football will go on, and we're still here. 3-wide receiver for Taylor. He's going to step back. He's got a throw, go to single coverage, and that's going to go out of bounds. And a flag on the play. And it looks like Brock Affleche, and I really wish I had a better pronunciation for that. I do apologize.
Well, if I'm the OakLeaf head coach, I'm freaking out. That's an uncatchable football. That ball landed about 3 or 4 yards out of bounds. That receiver took a full stand at it, or took a full stab at it, and came nowhere near touching it. So I would be up in arms.
And I can't see where Coach Foy is right now. Now they're going to call it holding, which is the lesser of the two evils, but nonetheless, it's going to be a 10-yard first down. And yeah, you're right, David. That was going to the sidelines, and if he caught it, he was definitely toe tapping, if that.
Well, if it is holding, then the uncatchable rule doesn't apply. It only applies to pass interference penalties. So, did I agree with the call? No, but first down, Orange Park, they're going to definitely take it.
Yeah, in many cases, you'll see that holding call as prior to the pass. So that was something that happened downfield. 3 wide, Taylor will move a man across the formation. He'll fake and give it underneath, and OakLeaf ate that up. Tried to run a counter on that one, and nothing doing. Mills was devoured at the give. Pretty much the point of attack ruined by that OakLeaf front. And David, I'm just looking at the size differential between these two teams, and the Knights definitely hit the weight room this summer.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Knights have a deeper roster, what it looks like from the trenches point of view. I think that there's so much more size on both the interior defensive line and the exterior of the offensive line. So if there's not Jeremiah Hamilton, there might be a serious deficiency in size from one team to the next.
So they're going to get a couple of yards back there on looked like some tunnel screen action there. If you saw the offensive line get pushed back aggressively, it's going back to that weight room thing. My goodness gracious. 3rd down and 11. They've crossed midfield now into OakLeaf territory. Ball sitting at the 47-yard line. And that push by that front four from OakLeaf was devastating. Taylor was lucky to get that ball out unscathed.
Well, aggressive man-to-man coverage here.
Mills.
He survived long enough in the pocket, and what you want to do with aggressive man coverage is find your matchups with speed that are different. Right there, he just threw it as far as he could to an offensive matchup that he very much so liked. It should have been a completed ball, was just a hair late.
We're being told that it's Bryce kick. Get a little bit of a coffin corner there. Crosses the 20. They'll spot it right about the 18.5-yard line, maybe the 19-yard line, and that's where OakLeaf will get started.
It pads the stats. It's inside.
And again, we're happy you're joining us tonight. And if you are getting that dreaded buffering, just hang with us, guys. We'll get the connection adjusted. Do not adjust your YouTube connection. We are fine. It is on this end. We are fighting it too. But hey, while you're at it, check us out on social media, would you? At FSB Jacks. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Give us a shout out as well on Instagram. We do a lot of fun stuff over there with pictures, and it's a good time. Man open, and that is going to be tipped.
Oh, lucky it's not intercepted.
That was kind of a 50-50 ball. It might have gone over his head and been intercepted, but nonetheless, it's an incomplete pass, falls harmlessly to the turf, 2nd down.
So they had a similar to a flood concept out there on the sideline, and that's a very difficult concept to run on the wide side of the field. The quarterback usually rolls out if that's the case. because that's a very far throw, not only just to the flat, but that deep out is almost a collegiate level throw.
Pop the ball loose one way or the other. Huge first down.
Oh, nice punch there by Willie Ross, the senior linebacker for Orange Park there. Really pursued late to that play, and of course, punching the ball out. It's one of the newer things that most defensive coordinators have to drill into practices every single day.
Ball sits now at the OakLeaf 40-yard line. Coming up under a minute here to play in the first. 3 wide now to the left. They'll fake to Foy. Quick throw, that's caught. Scampering out, good stick and move. He'll get upfield, crossing the 40 to the 35 to the 30 to the 25. They'll maybe get him down to the 21. And he got some wheels.
Wow, that was fast, right? A great route, nice run after catch throw. You know, you got to lead him out in front to make sure that he doesn't break stride. And if he doesn't break stride, he's going to rip off big old plays just like that one.
He'll get down to the 21-yard line of Orange Park on a big play here. Stops the clock temporarily with 34 seconds.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that college scouts look for in high school players is how is his run after catch ability, how is his catch on the run ability. Both things very important.
4 wide now, they'll spread the field. And Witherup was coming across the formation, and it looks like we'll have a procedure penalty on OakLeaf, and indeed we do. So this is what happened last drive, David. We got all the way downfield, and then the penalties started coming into play. OakLeaf backed themselves up, and then Orange Park handed them a gift, and then they scored.
Well, the penalties are going to be pretty big in this one. I just think that if there's any chance for OakLeaf to come back in this game, they're going to have to play mistake-free football, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Yes. Orange Park definitely has to do the same. And so far, so good. But the defense has to stiffen up a little bit inside the red zone. Again, it's all right to play bend, don't break, but you can't break here inside your 30.
A very conservative, too high safety look here.
First down and long. Quick throw underneath, caught, great open field tackle, and wisely adjusted his hands to not get it too high. Jack Rivera on the tackle in the backfield all the way.
He didn't realize that he's a linebacker coming in, sprinting full speed to blow up that screen.
Second down, 19 now. And if Orange Park can do more of this, and we're at the end of the quarter here, but if Orange Park could do more of this all game tonight, David, this may be a much closer affair than we think. They can't shoot themselves in the foot, though. Timeout on the field. We're at the end of the first quarter. Our score is 7-0 from Hoyt B. Cotney Stadium. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter. It's Friday Night Lights on FSB. We'll be back in just a minute.
Florida Sports Broadcasting is your official home for high school sports in Clay County, covering schools throughout the district. FSB will provide live play-by-play sports with play-by-play announcers and graphics.
29 seconds on the clock.
Rolling.
Pistol formation, 4 wide receivers. Broughton gets the snap, steps.
Throw it again.
He's going to throw it again. He's got a receiver. That's going to be a penalty. Oh, they end up Fleming. Touchdown! It's a touchdown!
FSB will provide a fantastic opportunity for your business to market your goods or services to a specific demographic. For more information about how you can advertise your business during our broadcast, go to fsbjacks.com or social media at fsbjacks.
Welcome back to Hoyt B. Cotney Stadium here. Friday Night Lights on FSB, fsbjacks.com, and on social media by the same, at fsbjacks. We apologize. We've experienced some technical difficulties with the live component of tonight's game, but we are recording, and you'll be able to watch this game on replay on our YouTube channel. McKissick has some pressure. He'll scamper out of it. He's got some long strides, and he'll get tackled. No, he'll slip through a tackle, crosses the 10-yard line, and he kind of runs a little bit like a gazelle there, David.
I don't know what gazelles you watch, man. He was falling all over himself.
I was trying to be nice to the kid.
Well, he did have a receiver open in the flat there. That's the part that gets me the most. He didn't have to do all that if you could just dump it off real quick and live to play another down. You know, especially as he gets later in his football career, he's got to know when to run, when to just take the easy throw.
Absolutely. So first down and goal for the OakLeaf Knights. And they'll tighten it up here. And they imagine they're going to give it to Foy, and that's exactly what they do. Bring the hammer. He just scampers in, touchdown. And listen, that's a boulder going through the goal line. Nothing you can do about it. Worldwide Automotive touchdown for Chris Foy. That's his second on the night.
Well, it goes back to that I formation game, that being able to run between the tackles kind of deal. And they definitely find ways to open up holes on the outside. Just when you think it's going to be a inside run, they take that fullback and bump them out one more gap. All of a sudden, you're not prepared for it. They get the leverage, and they get the score.
Andrew McDade's extra point attempt is good. Score now 14-0. OakLeaf with the lead. So again, it's Friday Night Lights on FSB. We apologize if you've been attempting to watch this live and it didn't turn out. We've got it on the replay for you, and you can watch all of our replays on our YouTube channel. Search Florida Sports Broadcasting, or if you're looking for a direct web link, it's youtube.com/FSB Jacks 904. You can catch replays of every single one of our live broadcasts on YouTube. You can also go to our website, fsbjacks.com, and find the same thing, link you directly to our YouTube page. And again, we apologize. We are normally a live broadcast, but tonight the internet doesn't want to work with us tonight. Thanks, Elon. Appreciate that. Not a fan. 40-yard line will kick off. Orange Park got too deep. It's 14-0. We're back to football. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Boy,
isn't it, right?
Boy, do we got a slate of football on the college side.
We got some tonight. Of course, we got plenty tomorrow.
Also got a couple of important games in the district area. They're not district games yet, but the whole district is in action tonight. And a bobbled kick. Get a recovery, finds a little bit of a wedge, gets across the 25 to about the 28-yard line, and that's where Orange Park will take over.
I mean, given how that return started, you're lucky how it turned out.
Quentin Moore, they also call him Q on the kick return there. He is a senior.
So getting back to the Orange Park offense here, let's just see them get some stuff going as far as that play-action passing game. I need to see at least one solid completion down the field. You took a shot early, one-on-one coverage, bottom of your screen.
And Q Moore not exactly in front of that one, a little bit too far. Taylor tried to lead him out, and Moore was just behind it.
Well, they're very confident in their two corners that they have right now. They got Maurice Samuels and also Singleton out there, just making sure that they've locked down the two perimeter threats.
Now, if Moore actually cuts that slant a little harder, I think he's got a first. So first
4-yard line.
See what they finally spotted here, and it looks like they're down to about.
All right.
Now we have an adjustment here. It looks like they're going to spot him at the 15. Yes, 15-yard line. So first down and 10, 15 yards to go for another OakLeaf touchdown. Approaching 10 minutes to play in the half.
And they're going to play really conservative coverage here again.
Two sidecars. They'll have a give over the middle. That is Carlos Witherup. Again, he's the speedster.
Well, when you have three defensive backs lining up in the end zone and you're only on the 15-yard line, I mean, you got to play some kind of run game defense.
Dare him to stop you at this point. Across the 5-yard line to about the 4. Second down. Oh, no, sorry, first and goal now.
All right, it's first and goal. Why are there safeties?
OakLeaf is just toying with him at this point. And probably because Witherup's in the backfield and they're going to run that speed I formation again, and this time they're going to get a procedure penalty. So now I kind of see why Orange Park is playing the defense that they're playing right now, because you see how Witherup will come off the line of scrimmage and go into the backfield, and you need those speedy guys to keep up with him at this point. But yeah, I'm with you, David. Why, you're playing 7-8 guys in the box inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, they need the physicality. Even if you don't have the bodies as far as linebackers or interior defensive linemen, you can at least have schematical bodies in the box.
Yeah, just play a manpower game more than anything else. So they'll back him up 5. Bring it down to the 9-yard line. Still first and goal. 9 minutes in rolling here in the half. Spread them out with 3. Give again. Witherup will plant a foot, and he is wily. They'll get him down to about the 3-yard line, maybe the 2. And number 5 coming off the field again with a missing helmet. It's Justin Davis, the linebacker.
Well, especially in goal line situations, you don't like seeing linebackers come off the field in goal-to-go situations.
2nd down. Give to Witherup again. And he fumbles the ball. Did he get across the plane? Yes, he did.
He's either in or that's a fumble.
No way to replay that in Florida high school football, so they score that a touchdown for OakLeaf. And I imagine probably in the next club, Mr. Chubby's Wings of Fleming Island. Yes, and Worldwide Automotive, our official touchdown sponsor of Friday Night Lights on FSB. Again, if you were expecting to see this game live tonight, we apologize. The internet just didn't want us to be live, but we are putting this in the books, and you'll see a replay of this always on our YouTube channel. As you can catch all of our games from as far back as 2022. You can see some of our earlier games, including one of my favorite games to refer to, the Fleming Island Mandarin game. They call it the Drive. And that was
what a great contest, right?
First time I thought David Wells was going to jump out of where he was and parachute down to the first level. That was an exciting game. We're hoping to see some more calls like that in the 2024 campaign.
I'm excited, BP. You're an excellent running mate up here in our 2-man booth, and we're going to have a couple good ones.
So much fun. We got a pretty good district, too, here. OakLeaf will let that into the air, and then it'll sail into the end zone, and Daniel Richardson says, nah, bring it up to 20. We'll take it from here.
Yeah, that touchback is so huge. If you can do that consistently as OakLeaf gets deeper and deeper into their district play here, it's going to be big for them, just limiting not only who's going to be on that kickoff unit, which you can put younger players on there now, but limiting the big plays of the return game. There's no elite athlete that's going to take it back to the house on you for 80 yards when you didn't have your number 1 defense in.
Yeah.
Those kind of plays change games, absolutely.
Speaking of district games, we will cover a very large swath of Class 5A District 3 this year. And we've got a couple of games we'll check in the district. I'll give you a schedule in just a second. We'll see if we can check in at halftime, too. Give that across to Dylan Ruiz, who is rudely tackled, smashed down to the floor, and that is it. Might have lost a yard on the play. But coming up on the district schedule tonight, Beachside is on the road tonight at Inglewood, Fleming Island on the road at Riverside. Of course, we got OakLeaf Orange Park here, Ponte Vedra in a huge test against Bartram Trail, and Middleburg on the road tonight against the Northeast Florida Educational Institute. I'll give you some scores as we can get a hold of them.
So some other news around the local area. 5-star Mandarin receiver flips from his commitment to Alabama to Texas. Actually, he chooses Texas over Miami, LSU, and of course his recently committed place, Alabama. So a new flipping 5-star here in the Duval County area.
While we were seeing that, Gabe Taylor just made a heck of a throw. Gets all the way down to the 35-yard line. Great pitch and catch and some traffic and a first down for Orange Park, and badly needed. First down and 10.
Breaks up a little bit of the monotony there. Have to get some momentum going.
They'll go 3 to the left of the formation here. Q Moore on the boundary. Going to give to Mills. And he's that guy between the tackles. They'll run a couple of yards in a cloud of dust. Get about 3 on that play.
Yeah, but what I see is 8 white jerseys right at the football. And the only other 3 white jerseys that are there are plastered to the receivers. So they are definitely playing as close to one-on-one as you possibly can.
And, you got to know OakLeaf is used to playing against run defense because their run offense is so good. So, they're playing against themselves in practice, and they're prepared for this type of situation.
All right, they will keep 1 deep here.
Taylor's going to have to throw the ball a little bit more here to get these guys to creep up a little bit. They'll get the zone read on that one and look like he was going to give all the way. Crosses the 40 to the 41-yard line, makes it 3rd down and 4 to go.
Well, they wanted to take advantage of the fact that there were only 7 in the box for that play. I mean, when you put that 8th guy in the box, it really plugs up all the lanes.
Ball sits at the 42-yard line of Orange Park now. Coming up at the 6-minute mark. 21-0 game. Orange Park needs to put some points on the board here, get a little momentum. They will start with the ball in the third quarter, and that'll be a free 5 and a first down.
All right, way to call the hard count into the blitz. You know, everybody was really excited to get to the quarterback and took advantage of that excitement with the strong hard count.
Again, in high school football here in Florida, as soon as you break the neutral zone, you immediately get the encroachment call. You don't have to make contact, so you can't break and then come back out. And we'll keep it right here as they will take the mandatory mid-quarter hydration break. And I can smell it already, David.
Oh yeah, I got to whiff it. I wasn't going to say anything, BP. It was going to set me off, but wow, is the concession stand here at Orange Park one of the best in all of Clay, Duval, Jacksonville area. Anywhere you see it, this is a place that's got it.
Absolutely. They have some amazing food here at Point B Cottony Stadium. Recently renovated after a major project here. This used to be an old concrete block stadium, press box, 3 levels that was up, and we had the camera crew up at the very top, and then had a group at the next level, and we were down at the bottom level, and I only got to see that once or twice, and then they leveled the whole thing and built this beautiful facility, brand new restrooms. All of that was brand spanking new last year. So
I mean, the first thing you walk through it, the security's nice. You know, you have to have a ticket to get into the game. Everything's gated up and really concealed in. You know, everything in here is really nice by the book. This is how you'd want your high school stadium to be. Absolutely.
Athletic Director Destiny Brightman does a fantastic job here at Orange Park, and we have a great partnership with them. And scheduled at halftime, we should be getting a visit from one of our favorite basketball coaches in the area, head coach Derek Kernitsky, the Orange Park boys basketball coach. Should be joining us here. Dylan Ruiz trying to run into traffic. I believe that was Ruiz. No, it is actually not Ruiz. It is DeMar Jackson, another senior running back here.
Really struggling to get stuff going to the outside here. They had a little bit of success following it.
Score some points before they get in for the half. They need it. Taylor over the top. That's going to get nearly intercepted. That was not the pass you wanted to throw, and he doesn't have the best ball in the world. He really doesn't. He kind of throws a little bit of a duck when he goes on an arc.
Yeah, it's the anticipatory accuracy. You know, you got to throw a ball with enough air underneath it and enough time with it that receiver can run and catch it while also still charging towards the end zone. So that ball was well short. Got to make sure we're on the same page if we're going to call wheel routes like that.
Q Moore comes up gimpy on that play. He's going to come to the sideline. Looks like he's got an issue with his ankle. Taylor will get the play in. Again, ball rests at the 39. Clock stops with 3:10 to go. Second down and 10.
All right, no safety on that left side of the field here. Everybody's one-on-one.
Ruiz comes to the left side of the formation now. So they'll go trips. Get the jet, and Taylor takes it himself, calls his own number, and he gets a couple of yards. They're only going to give him credit for a yard, maybe 2.
So that was going to be a run play all the way. They had all 4 receivers on one side, which means that one has to be covered up on the line of scrimmage. So if you have one ineligible, one dead duck sitting in there, I think you're probably going to run the ball.
So they'll call it 3rd and 8 now. Ball rests at the 37. Spread the formation out 4 wide. Jackson will stay in the backfield.
Down.
4th down now. And the kicking situation may be in question here, so they're going to go ahead and go for it. And I don't blame him. They need to put points on the board somehow, but you don't have to get it all in one play. You need to get to the 29-yard line, it looks like, 29, to get a first down. So 4th and 7.
Number one thing is this pass has to be beyond the sticks. Throwing a 4-yard completion here doesn't help you.
Call it 4th and 8. From the 37, they'll have 4 wide receivers, an obvious passing situation. Quick flip, they didn't throw it behind the sticks, and OakLeaf ate it all up.
Yeah, that's a 4-yard completion.
And that is not what you wanted to do here. I mean, OakLeaf's athletes pretty much dominated that drive. So turnover on downs, they'll spot the ball at the 32-yard line, 2:15 to go in the half. OakLeaf will have another chance to strike here.
if you're an aggressive throw it first kind of deal here, which they have been a little bit more than I expected, at least in the first half, just let this quarterback sling it around, see if you can make it a 4-score ball game.
And again, the running clock rule doesn't take place until the second half, and you have to be up by 35 points in order for the clock to continuously run. So a score here would just put them up 4 touchdowns, and the clock would run normally. But if we see that at any point in the second half, the clock will speed up, and so will our game. OakLeaf drops back to pass. McKissick looking for a man downfield, finds one, and then gets it caught right at the 50, and Witherup shakes a couple of tackles, and he had the vast majority of the Orange Park defense finally bring him down. And what was that?
I mean, I thought the quarterback was going to take off there for sure, but he's held on to the ball pretty well here and decided, hey, I'm going to push the ball downfield and see what I can get.
Get it down to the 44-yard line of Orange Park. Yeah, they had us all deceived on that one. So first down and 10 after the
And we got a coverage miscommunication here. Touchdown.
That's single coverage. Witherup, he just overthrew him.
I don't know if the safety didn't know who was going to take who there, but there was a wide open slot receiver running right up the field, and very, very close to that being a walk-in.
Stops the clock with 1:46 to go here.
Yeah, if you're the linebacker, you're supposed to be over the number 2 receiver to prevent those easy, quick dump-off throws in the middle of the field. You try to jam him, reroute him, prevent him from doing that.
Second down and 10 from the 44.
All right, they'll have a similar coverage look here.
Drops back. Plenty of time in the pocket. He's going to step up, probably throw it again, finds an open receiver. That is broken up.
Nice
very
play.
well.
Nice play, number 20.
Great defensive play by Imani Justavino to swat that away and bring up third down. We have a flag on the field and holding on OakLeaf.
All right, maybe this might change the dynamic for OakLeaf a little bit here. You know, this is going to be an opportunity for Orange Park to get the ball back if this doesn't go well.
Flag on the play. Holding.
6-yard line of OakLeaf.
Yeah, if I'm OakLeaf, if I'm Orange Park, I'm expecting a run here.
1:39 before halftime. OakLeaf will stay content to pass, throw a screen play that is caught and immediately tackled. Great defense.
Nicely done. Nicely done. They're going to use all the clock here and probably run it on third down, give it a good punt away. So this is a stop for the Orange Park defense.
Justin Davis with the tackle, and they've got 2 timeouts, and I'm surprised they haven't decided to use one here.
Yeah, if I was Orange Park, I'd be using a timeout here. But
And
OakLeaf will use one.
OakLeaf's using one right now.
Whoa.
Very interesting. So they're probably trying to get themselves together here, figure out what they want to do, see if they can try to get a first down and just continue to run out the half here. Yeah, I was surprised Orange Park didn't take a timeout, but that benefits them with 1:13 to go. And if they can get a stop here, stop the clock again, and get some good field position, maybe run down and get a touchdown here before the half, that will change the dynamic of the ball game a little bit.
So not to put the tinfoil hat on, but if I'm OakLeaf here, am I thinking, hey, if I run the ball twice, is there a possibility that Orange Park commits a penalty and we get a new set of downs?
It's very likely. And it's happened earlier in the game, one of our first drives. Happy you're with us tonight on Florida Sports Broadcasting. If you're catching us on the replay, we are normally live. But tonight, due to some technical issues, we have got a recorded delay for you. But we're still here giving you Friday Night Lights on FSB as we always do on Florida Sports Broadcasting. We're happy you're joining us tonight. BP alongside David Wells, our entire camera crew. We are looking forward to another exciting season. We have 2 games back-to-back with OakLeaf, believe it or not. We've got OakLeaf this week, and then they will travel with us next week to the Rock for Fleming Island and OakLeaf. And again, non-district game this year for the Golden Eagles and the OakLeaf Knights. Fleming Island fans probably breathing a sigh of relief that it's not a district game. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Orange Park jumps across, gives them a free 5 yards. We were just telling them, don't commit the penalty.
Now, when I see 2 high safety looks with good corners, the number one thing that I'm thinking of is, can I run one of them off and then throw a route behind it? there's always those later developing plays that if you play a lot of too high safety looks, a lot of zone coverage, one crosses in front of the face, and then you wait one beat and a second offensive player goes deep. That's usually how you beat too high safety coverage.
Third down still for OakLeaf. McKissick will scramble out of the pocket. He's just going to get anything he can get here, and he might end up getting a first down. And he's at least made this a go for it fourth down now. Now this is incredibly possible for him to say, hey, we're going to go for this. And he is just short of that first down.
It doesn't take a rocket science degree to figure out what they're going to call here. I'd be shocked if number 0 doesn't get the ball.
Let's give it to the boulder and let him run through. They're going to line up in 3 wide. Orange Park's still going to
too high safety deep. Why? You know exactly what they're going to do.
Not going to crowd the box at all.
Easiest call of the day.
Clock stopped with 1:03. Get a high snap. Foy runs. First down. And we called it, David.
Sorry about that, folks.
Well, you know, it's football 101 at this point. You're in a situation that you need to get a stop, and you drop back in coverage. So the clock will run now. Coach Wimberly's team content to play conservative defense here. McKissick drops back, steps up, throws deep towards the end zone. That is caught, and a touchdown. Threads the needle.
I'll be honest, I do not think that's who he was throwing for.
No, I think that was a guess, and he threw right to Witherup. And that's Witherup's second total touchdown. One on the ground, one in the air.
All right, 8's down there somewhere.
Yeah, just play pitch and catch. Just throw it up, and one of my guys, and that's somebody who trusts his receiving core for sure. A worldwide automotive touchdown here from Jack McKissick to Charles Witherup. And the extra point from McDade is good. So our score with 34 seconds left in the first half. OakLeaf 27, Orange Park nothing. Home opener here for the Raiders tonight, and so far it looks like a tall order.
Well, with 34 seconds left, I think you're just trying to get out of halftime and cut and stop the bleeding here. I mean, if you're OakLeaf, you're thinking about, hey, am I putting in my second stringers here? Or what am I going to do as far as making sure the starters stay healthy? Have they played enough in this game to make sure their conditioning's good enough? Like in these blowouts, it's really important that your starters play a certain amount of time. Like even in the blowouts where Saban was criticized at Alabama, hey, why are your starters playing so late? Because if they don't play this late, they're not going to know how it's like to play a full game. So interesting things to see as far as how the coach handles these kind of substitutions.
Right. Well, yeah, you're absolutely correct when it comes to repetitions. And reps in any game situation are good reps. Whether you're leading by a ton or you're down by a ton, all of those repetitions matter. Especially this is week 2 in your season right now. This is all very important for the development of your squad. And Orange Park's got quite a few young players out here that will benefit from these repetitions and then the lessons that come from the film and then practices. And again, this is not a district game for either team, so not really impacting the overall picture. Fields that at the 2-yard line. Richardson gets a lane, and then it was quickly closed up. And let me tell you something about Orange Park special teams. If they find holes, they will take them. We've seen them run back kicks for touchdowns on our cameras before, that's for sure. Crosses the 20-yard line, all about the 22, and that's where they'll start out. 29 seconds, got a pair of timeouts, so you can maybe mount a quick drive here.
I'm not sure about that. That was a pretty quick huddle. Normally when I hear a quick huddle, it's going to be we're either running our go-to day one install offensive run play or we're taking a knee. Appears they're probably, it's going to day one install play.
So we'll go back to the top of the script here and see what they can get on 1st and 10. Taylor looking to throw. He's going to have to run for his life, trying to find a receiver. And that is tipped, interception, and that's going to end the half.
All right. Actually, I think that'll be 1, maybe even 2 seconds left. So you're going to get an opportunity for a Hail Mary if you're OakLeaf.
And if Townsend gets the interception for OakLeaf, and yeah, why not? Go throw one deep, you get it in the end zone, you're up by 35, and then you get to dictate the clock now.
So
second half.
Ever since that very first drive for Orange Park, their tackling has gone down and down and down. If I am OakLeaf here, I'm trying to get the ball into the hands of number 8. out in space and have him be elusive and possibly score.
1 second to go here, and we'll make a decision. So McKissick comes out, and they're going to spread it out, and then pretty much called David. They're going to open this up and see what they can get out of it. Ball at the 49. And doesn't quite throw it deep, and they're going to the hook and lateral. They're really going for that next touchdown, and he's going to run into a host of Orange Park jerseys, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So after 24 minutes, it's 28-0. OakLeaf. We'll take a commercial break and head towards the second half. This is Friday Night Lights on FSB, and we'll be back in just a bit.
FSB kicks off the 2024 football season on August 16th.
First down, they'll give it over right tackle, and here he's gone. Good night, Tyler Beverly with the answer to the house call.
FSB is your official home for Clay County Athletics, covering Fleming Island, Clay High, Orange Park, Keystone Heights, OakLeaf, Middleburg, and Ridgeview. Catch a live game every Friday night on the FSB YouTube channel or at fsbjacks.com.
And Brown will get that from just in front of his goal line. Got a big wedge up the middle.
Big hole.
Brown's
right
got a
there.
hole, and he's
will
gone.
not catch him.
Goodbye, Orange Park.
He's on his horse.
Take it to the house.
Make sure you subscribe to all our social media platforms at FSB Jacks.
come back on and get ready for second half. Here comes David. Florida Sports Broadcasting from Hoyt B. Cottony Stadium, FSBJax.com, and on social media at FSBJax. Oh, my man David Wells is coming up with some delicious goodness, and we're going to give that a test drive. But first things first, let's get some scores in. These are not as current as I would like them to be. We're getting the information as we can get a hold of it. But around District 3 in Class 5A, Fleming Island and Riverside in a tight game. And around about halftime, it's 14-13. The Generals are leading the Eagles right now. Ponte Vedra and Bartram Trail, last update, Broughton. Again, this transfer thing has confused me in high school football. We almost have a de facto portal now with high school football. So
this will be returnable.
Get it about the 10-yard line, and if Orange Park can set a wedge here, he'll go, and then he runs into a host of white jerseys, but pushing the pile there. And I think Orange Park may be 1 or 2 blocks away from breaking one. Just watch.
Oh, I mean, all it takes is just a couple of good blocks down the field. You're going to make sure you get a linebacker or safety that might be out of position. All of a sudden, you're into a foot race, and you might be able to win.
So first down and 10 at the 33-yard line of the Raiders. In a 4-touchdown hole, see if they can try to claw their way back out. Now, we've seen some excitement happen in high school ball before, so don't count these guys out yet. 1 touchdown may start a riot. 3 wide receivers for the Raiders. They'll bumble the snap a little bit, give, and OakLeaf does an excellent job setting the edge on that one.
Just
Not
the pursuit is phenomenal.
DeMarc Jackson, nowhere to go.
And if he didn't make the tackle, there was going to be 3 other white jerseys at full steam running towards the sideline to make that stop.
Yeah. So again, great job on defense. And these guys are massive in comparison to Orange Park. It almost looks like a D2 college team playing a junior varsity squad just in size.
Some of these guys are younger guys, too. Like, just because they're this massive doesn't mean that they're not going to be here for a little while. Too. So OakLeaf's going to have talent size for a while.
And OakLeaf has to tangle with the likes of Buchholz in their district, so they're used to playing some monster teams. Taylor will give.
Oof.
And again, another 1, 2, 3, 4 OakLeaf defenders collapsing on that one on Austin Mills. He had nowhere to go. And, you know, the run between the tackles thing is great if you're trying to grind offense out, but Orange Park doesn't really have a setup, and they don't have the manpower to really grind out an offense. They're a speedier team.
So one of the things that does happen when you do run interiorly is you allow those linebackers to have to play closer and closer to the line of scrimmage, which will set up that play action. But if you allow them to run sideline to sideline, they're just going to start bowing plays outside, and making more consistent tackles.
Taylor will look over, kind of throw into the backfield, and that's going to be down to the turf. Daniel Richardson had a chance at it and lost his footing.
They're trying to set up a play action to the left side and a throw to their right side. Just not good communication on that play. I think it might have taken a little bit long in the action before the pass was thrown. Defense was all over it.
Bronca Fleahy will come back and punt now, number 4.
All right, and they're going to have these 2 returners deep. So wherever they punt the ball, the other returner comes for a lead block, and that's how they like to spring it to the outside.
Witherup and Price are back deep for the Knights.
They try to reverse field on their punt returns.
Get a snap. Good air punt. Coverage will come downfield. Witherup will get that on the fly. Stays in bounds. Reverses his field. Might be a blocking penalty. I don't see a flag. Witherup comes across, and he'll get tackled. And my goodness gracious, I'm not sure that wasn't a block downfield or a hold of some sort. That officials just let that one go.
Yeah, they might have let that one go, but by play design, that's what they were supposed to do. You know, they're setting up that return where all of those punt coverage unit guys go to the right. All of a sudden, flow changes direction, and they set up a backside wall and run behind the wall.
First down and 10 for OakLeaf. And they'll spot the ball across the 35, right at the 35-yard line. Again, happy you're joining us. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Would you subscribe? And it looks like we have a backup quarterback in for OakLeaf right now. That is Javen Moreno right now, the 5'11 junior.
Yeah, that quickly answers that question, how long starters are going to play into the second half. Although we do see their starting running back out there. So, maybe it's just the getting used to that first-team offense in case of emergency.
Yeah, Chris Foy will kind of stay in there, and he's also not just a powerful runner, but also a good blocker as well. He can line up in the fullback position and throw a couple of blocks here for his backups. Second down and about 6. Ball sitting at the 31-yard line. Get a snap a little high. Foy will, sorry, that is not Foy in the backfield now.
Great run, though.
Very good run by Malachi Wharton.
Able to change direction in open space there, slam on the brakes, redirect, saw his blocks well. Nicely done.
He's a senior, listed as an athlete on the team, so plug him and play anywhere. First down, OakLeaf. Ball crosses the 25 to the 24-yard line. Sun has gone down here off of Kingsley Avenue in Orange Park. The night is absolutely gorgeous. What a wonderful evening for football. Late August, early September. Happy Labor Day weekend.
Oh, yeah, right. It's going to be a nice little lounger.
Looking forward to Labor Day, I am sure. Get a fake. Moreno gets a leg tackle there, and he'll get about a yard on the play. Good pursuit.
Now, of course, as BP mentioned in the first half, this will be a pretty big, significant touchdown for the flow of this ball game. If OakLeaf were to score here, it should be triggering the automatic running clock.
Clock moving right now with 8:22 and counting. And yes, the 35-point rule would kick in and the clock would continuously run. Would only stop for the mandatory water breaks, timeouts, and penalty calls, so any officials' timeouts. Get a snap, throw out into the flat, cross the formation, and that looks like it went to Jermaine Robertson.
It's a nifty little run there. Backup quarterback missed a wide open seam for a touchdown. That's a tough one that you're going to see in the film tomorrow. It'll be the first thing the coach points to. It's like, great throw, good job, nice decision, but
I stand corrected. That was number 6, Denaro Jacobs with the reception. We got an injured Raider on the field. With that said, we still have some num-nums here. So I'm going to grab me one of these empanadas. These are one of the meat ones, right?
I think so. It might be worth breaking open.
It will, well, that's the apple.
That's the apple.
Save that one for later.
Review. Oh, he's giving the chef's kiss. It's fantastic.
There's a little cilantro in here, I think. It's got that. That's good.
Some high-quality television for you folks. Happy Friday.
Happy Labor Day.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness.
You got to enjoy the little things, all right? Taste of the town,
For those,
way up there.
For those aspiring broadcasters out there, I don't recommend you do this while live, but
Oh, yeah, but
when you're doing something like this, because you still have a long season ahead. You got another 8 games left to play, and you don't want to have this define your year.
yeah, it's just don't let this game get you into a slump, right? You got to make sure, even on both sides of the ball, whether you're an OakLeaf, whether you're an Orange Park guy, you don't ride too high based on victories like this, especially when they're not from district play. And if you're from the Orange Park side, don't let these things bother you. You know, every week is a new week. Every opportunity is a new opportunity. Be critical of yourself on film and change something dynamic to make your team better.
Absolutely. So that kick is going to be ruled out of bounds just before it crossed the plane of the goal line. So they're going to get the procedure penalty on that, and Orange Park will get the benefit. Now, David, I'm telling you, that's going to be life-changing for you.
Yeah, snag the other half of BP's empanada.
Yeah, go for it. No.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it? The beef, a little bit of carrot, hint of cilantro in there.
Was I supposed to let it sit there and get cold? Oh, no.
Heck no. I don't blame you. So they're going to move the ball up to the 25-yard line, get the 5-yard procedure penalty, so they get the benefit of the touchback plus 5. And here's Gabe Taylor out. Actually, no, they're going to move that a little further from the 20. Spotted at the 35-yard line, so 10-yard penalty there. Taylor comes out. He'll have Dylan Ruiz next to him, sidecar, 3 wide receivers. And again, you got to play it out.
Yep, playing it out is going to be big here. Just try to make sure there's something good happening here. Even if you score, it won't change the running clock, but it'll be a big change in momentum for you.
Play fake, and they'll get it out. James Waters on the completion, just a short one. And again, the clock is stopped right now, but the officials are signaling to the operators to go ahead and keep it moving, and they will. So even stoppages out of bounds will not prevent this from running again. You got your called timeouts, and your officials' timeouts will be the only things that will stop play and the clock.
So full starters in on defense still for OakLeaf. We got the starting offense for Orange Park coming at it, just trying to make sure they get a good drive here.
Taylor will get a snap. Give it to Ruiz over the left side. He's got a hole. Bounces off, reverses field. Now he's got to have his blockers not hold.
Roll block, Gabe.
And Gabe's going to throw a block here.
No,
They're
he
going to get
won't.
Ruiz. Well, almost did. Crossed the 50-yard line, and that was some gutsy running, and that's the kind of thing I'm talking about right there. Yeah, you're down 5 touchdowns, but forget about it, dude. Get out there and play. Go play loose free, have fun. You got a flag on the play, and I think that was the block we were hoping wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it's definitely on the backside of a play. Had nothing to do with what was going on with that run. So maybe a miscommunication. The play was intended to go to the left. All of a sudden, it's going to the right. Holds on to a bit of a jersey, and there's a tug, a visible tug.
It's a gutsy run there by Dylan Ruiz, who was quite the prolific runner out of the I formation last year. So that's something that I've seen on a personal foul penalty as well here. Spearing call, I guess you could say that. Can't lead with the crown of the helmet. So they'll bring that back, and it looks like they're going to back them up to the original line of scrimmage, and we'll see if that comes up to second down, and it does. So 2nd and 10 now. It's almost like the play never happened. Comes out with 4 wide, though 3 to the left of the formation, and Richardson on the near side by himself. They'll give, and OakLeaf all over it. Whoa!
All right, so that defensive tackle, say the left tackle or right tackle for Orange Park, there might be about 100 pounds of difference between the two of them. It's not particularly a fair fight for him, and obviously you see he brings a lot more than just size. There's some power there too.
You got to be a little careful with the slam on that one. That might have drawn a flag.
Straight out of some WWE.
I put the whammy on it, as it were. 3rd down, called a yard loss. Clock running under 5 minutes here in the 3rd. Taylor drops back, clean pocket, throws it underneath, and that bounces right at the feet of Dylan Ruiz, incomplete. Taylor took that big hit a little bit earlier, and he just doesn't look comfortable in the pocket anymore.
Yeah, there's a different change in demeanor a little bit. I think he's been a bit more standoffish, maybe jumping away from a hit or jumping away from a throw that might have been hit. It's been a bit different of a version of Gabe Taylor tonight.
But I'm excited for what this kid's going to do in this season and the next. I mean, he's got a bright future.
He's got another year. Yeah, he's got plenty of time to develop and become more of a quarterback. He's got the arm strength, and he just needs to put on some more size and continue to grow as a leader and game manager as well.
Yeah, no, he's a good kid. He's got a heart, and that's what you want out of your quarterback. You want some fight. You want some yes, I can. And
well, he's sitting over here counting up the guys on punt team, and he knows that he has 10 men. He's so dialed into what's going on in the game, probably more than anybody else, any other player on the sideline.
Yeah, so and that's what you need from your quarterback. Fleehey will get the punt off. It's a line drive, base hit over the 50-yard line, and he'll scoop that up out of the goal.
Great roll.
And there we go. And Orange Park will get the benefit of the roll, and they'll down it right about the 35-yard line. So a little bit of a squib punt there. Turns out to be a really good one. And now OakLeaf will take over with a 35-point lead and the clock moving. See if we can maybe get another score update from around the district. We'll take a gander at that for you. See how we're doing around Class 5A3.
I got you, BP. Let's go a little bit of Nice and Creekside. We got Nice up 24-7 on Creekside. We got the Jackets up 28-7 against Menendez. We're going to look more for our divisional opponents, or our district opponents. Still a tie game right now. Probably no score update from the Ponte Vedra Bartram Trail game. As soon as we get a score for you there, we'll make sure to keep you informed.
They were knotted up at the half. How about Shamadan Madonna right now, down 14-7?
Ooh, a very talented program. Lots of speed there. very surprising to see them be tied with a with a team that has no business being there.
Right. Riverside has extended their lead over Fleming Island. It's 20-13, your score there. We'll keep you updated. Middleburg still reporting a 7-0 score right now. And again, all these scores not quite updated as fast as we would want them to be, but we'll give you what we can. Moreno now still in at quarterback. Throws way outside. That's caught. First down. Looks like Zach Michael.
Oh, he's got a funky little throwing motion, but it's quick. It sure gets out of his pocket quickly. It might not have the most drive on it, but wow, like the decision-making snap to throw. That's quite nice.
It's kind of it is kind of a strange throwing motion. Kind of looks like he's throwing a slider there, but and have another injured player on the field. Another Raider is down, and that one might look like it's a cramp. And again, because this is an official's timeout right now for the injured player, the clock will stop with 1:49 to go here in the third quarter.
And it's tough. It's the opposite sideline, too, so it's so far away.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's take a quick timeout here for a commercial message and let these guys take care of the injured player. When we come back, we'll have more of the third quarter. This is Friday Night Lights on FSB. We'll be right back.
Having served Clay County for 18 years, Worldwide Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Back to live action right here. Quick pass, dancing around tacklers. And that's number 12, Jordan Price. Jaden Marino with a completion on that one, bouncing all over the place. The injured player for Orange Park was number 50, Damon Pereira.
Which, again, that was such a tough call there. He couldn't put any weight on his foot, and he had an injury on the far sideline, which means you got to get somebody from the coaching staff, the training staff. It's your height. You're a big guy. It's a nightmare sometimes in high school football.
So first down and 10 for the Knights. Across the 30-yard line to about the 28. Raider band playing the Fox NFL theme there. I like that. And to get a sack in the backfield, Moreno
Nicely
gets
done.
wrapped up.
Defense still playing hard. That's nice to see.
Number 20, Imani Justifino, the linebacker, the senior with a big tackle.
He's had a pretty good game. For you know how many things you can say that are negative that have happened for Orange Park. It's a bright spot for your defensive unit. That kid plays hard.
Remind me to throw something at Joe later, posting pictures of me eating fried Oreos. I hope he enjoyed it. Second down and long here for OakLeaf.
I wouldn't even care. Those fried Oreos are worth it.
Having fun on Friday night. Listen, if you've never been to an Orange Park High School game, even if you're just a passive fan of football, you should really come out and enjoy this. Moreno fakes the pitch, tries to run a speed option, and then he gets tackled right away. And this is the best defensive series for Orange Park. I imagine OakLeaf's got quite a few of their twos in there. That's going to end the third quarter of play. Our score holds pat at 35-0. Let's take a quick timeout, catch our breath, And under the running clock, we'll have this fourth quarter right here, Friday Night Lights on FSB. Don't go anywhere.
Florida Sports Broadcasting is your official home for high school sports in Clay County, covering schools throughout the district. FSB will provide live play-by-play sports with play-by-play announcers and graphics.
29 seconds on the clock.
Rolling.
Pistol formation, 4 wide receivers. Broughton gets the snap, steps.
Throw it again.
He's going to throw it again. He's got a receiver. That's going to be a penalty. Oh, they end up Fleming Island touchdown! It's a touchdown!
FSB will provide a fantastic opportunity for your business to market your goods or services to a specific demographic. For more information about how you can advertise your business during our broadcast, go to fsbjacks.com or social media at fsbjacks.
Cottney Stadium's 35-0. OakLeaf with a commanding lead. Now a running clock. Third quarter brisked right by. Orange Park with the ball, or did not have the ball. They had a good defensive stand a little earlier, but nonetheless, OakLeaf marching down, trying to open up this gap a little more. Reminder, the clock will run continuously until we get officials' timeouts. Jaden Moreno, backup quarterback, in for OakLeaf, but Chris Foy, the second, is still in, and he is going to run into the end zone for another touchdown.
So I got to get back on this point here. That's 2 high safeties again in obvious run play situations. We just got to make sure this doesn't happen next week.
That's another worldwide automotive touchdown. So that gives us a 41-0 lead with the extra point coming. Chris Foy, that's his 3rd touchdown on the ground tonight, and I'd love to see the statistics on them. Could this be yet another game where OakLeaf has rushed for over 150 yards? That was almost blocked. Well, the kick goes through, and Orange Park likes to block some kicks now.
I mean, they'll be pretty aggressive on special teams. I think that this team has no quit in them right now. Even though it's a running clock, you got plenty of guys that are still playing pretty hard.
Absolutely. So 11 minutes and counting here, and yeah, it doesn't even stop for scores. We'll just continue running onward here as we close out week 2. And again, we'll have a district final scoreboard for you up on our Instagram page. I'll get all the scores wrapped up for you and post that out so you can see what happened elsewhere in the district.
But do know most of those games will not actually be final when we come off the air. It is very likely that this game finishes up significantly earlier than those contests.
Yeah, so I would expect that a little bit later on this evening, probably about 11 o'clock. I'll have the scores out there posted on Instagram, give you an update of what happened in the district. And eventually, as we get into district play, you'll see some district standings, so you can follow along with us as we cover 5A3 here in Northeast Florida. A lot of great teams in this district, a lot of great football yet to be played, and I am very excited about the beginning of district play, David. I think that's going to be entertaining. We don't quite get a taste of it ourselves yet, because next week we'll be out of district with OakLeaf going to Fleming Island. But after that, it's full speed ahead.
Oh, the games that matter most, absolutely. Winning a district game, it's a game and a half in reality, especially the way that the structure is now that we've gone out of the metro and urban areas. Now it's strictly off of how you do against these district opponents, winner take all.
Fleming Island will get Orange Park early in the season as a district opponent for the first time in a little while. That's going to get knocked right at the 20-yard line. No deposit, no return. Yeah, I'm excited about seeing that Fleming Island Orange Park rematch from last season. Last season's game, first overtime game in our history, and it was a thriller. Sebastian Broughton with late game heroics, and that took them over the edge. And you know, Fleming Island salvaged their season, so to speak. They didn't make a postseason run, but way to close out on a good note there against a local opponent.
So those are big morale wins, too, going into an off season. And, I mean, they didn't know at the time it would be a coaching change, but a coaching change as well. So, you know, having something to hang your hat off of what we did last year is going to go well into this year. It was big.
And now with a district matchup between these two teams, so the rock is going to be heated. That is for sure. Get a snap and a give, and they're still going to content to run the ball here. And I think if you're Marcus Wimberly, you're down 40-42. Actually, the scoreboard reflects 41. I'm pretty sure he made that extra point, but nonetheless, it's a big score anyway, and we're coming up on 8.5 minutes here. And yeah, I imagine Coach Wimberly is just content to grind out, run a more standard offense, and just take this into the showers for the night.
To be honest, if I am Orange Park, I am doing my day one install plays and nothing more. You know, even if it doesn't go particularly well, just get in and out of the huddle cleanly. Don't get hurt. Make sure you're not showing any new plays or your hidden dandies for next week's opponent.
Stay 3 wide, pretty much a base offense. Give it to Ruiz, who comes around the right side. OakLeaf was pretty good at setting the edge earlier in the game, not on that play, and Ruiz runs hard, and he'll get just about shy of the first down by a yard or so, 3rd and short. That's a positive play for the Raiders. And we have an injured Knight on the field. And that will officially stop the clock at 7:45.
Yeah, it looks like a cramp out here. You know, I don't want to speculate too much, but been a tough day for the hydration-wise for the boys. Still hot out here. Still feels like summer, even though we're pretending it's the fall.
Still very much Florida, no matter how you look at it. It is definitely humid out here. So let's take a look ahead at the Friday Night Lights on FSB schedule as we eclipse to the month of September. Our next broadcast will take us back to the Rock as OakLeaf comes to town in a non-district game. That's on Friday, September the 6th. And then we're back here at Hoyt B. Cotney Stadium on the 13th of September for the district matchup between Fleming Island and Orange Park. Then on the 20th, we go back to Clay to see Greenco. We'll stop by and visit Clay for the second time this season. They're hosting First Coast. And to close out the month of September, we'll have another district matchup at the Rock on the 27th as Ponte Vedra comes to town. The Sharks looking to take on the Eagles.
That should be a big one. Of all the ones to circle, to me, that last one, that is the biggest, the 27th.
Looking ahead to the month of October, we'll spend a little bit more time at Fleming Island. Creekside comes to town on October the 4th. That'll be a non-district game, but a big one nonetheless. Then the following week, district matchup between Beachside and Fleming Island. It's the first time we've seen Beachside on our cameras. And the week after that, we'll come back to Cotney Stadium for the 3rd of our trilogy here at Orange Park. Ponte Vedra will play Orange Park, and then we'll close out scheduled on the 25th to go to Middleburg for the first time in a district game between Fleming and Middleburg. And then our season finale in November will take us to Clay and Orange Park. And last year's game was an absolute thriller. So we're looking forward to closing out the season with the Blue Devils and the Raiders in our regular season finale. And then after that, we'll see where the playoff picture looks and where the district goes from there. Ruiz will get across the 30, dances, gets a stiff arm, really good, tough running here, and he gets a first down.
I mean, you really got to fight with your legs to do that. The balance and leg drive required to turn that run in from a 3 or 4 yard gain to a 7 or 8 yard gain. Yeah, it's nice that he's still fighting.
So a new set of downs for the Raiders to the 38-yard line. Clock running at 7:10 and counting. And I don't care what you say about the scoreboard. This has been a really good opening night just for football in general here at Orange Park. They do a fantastic job here. Gabe Taylor in shotgun. He's got 3 wide. Put a man across the formation, get a snap. Checks the flat, doesn't see it, steps up, get away from pressure. Taylor can run, and boy, he's running aggressively.
Ooh, careful with the legs.
Yes, I'd like to see the effort there. And he put the foot in the ground and got a little wobbly for a minute. That's the kind of stuff that rolls an ankle.
Things you don't need OP to see is Gabe Taylor run the ball right up the middle.
No. 2nd down and 4 now, a gain of about 6, just shy of the 45-yard line. Approaching the 6-minute mark. And again, get your reps in is pretty much the mission here. Outcome has more or less been decided, but all positive right now for Orange Park in terms of their development. And as we read that schedule there, they do have some things to do in a district that could likely go any way. Get a snap, get a fake. Taylor pulls it himself, gets a couple of more yards. And that'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Well, to me, this would be a situation to get your backup running back some touches. There will be no harm as long as the ball doesn't hit the ground. And even if so, the clock will continue to run.
And on the average here, they have taken a snap every minute or so, every next minute that comes down. So they'll take a snap here just shy of 5 minutes, and we'll run to under 5 after the completion of this play. So they are content to grind this out and take all the time off with them holding the ball. Taylor will roll out, finds a running lane. He'll get a first down, and then just scampers out of bounds. Excellent play.
Smart kid.
Heads up, gets what you need. And then we will take an official's timeout for the final water break of the game at 4:55 and counting here. And the scoreboard clock is continuing to run here. I guess the officials are just going to let this roll.
Yeah, I really don't see why not.
At this point in a
they will stop
42-point ball game. Oh, yeah, they did stop it now, officially with 4:47 to go. So we'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Title sponsors include First Baptist Church of Orange Park, just down the way on Kingsley Avenue, the United Soccer Club, the United Soccer Alliance Clay County Soccer Club. We streamed one of their NISA games earlier, prior to football season, and get one of the Independent Cup games here in town. It's always a pleasure to kind of pregame our football season with the United Soccer Alliance.
Sure, plus the kids get some exposure out of it. Very nice.
Yes, and they have a combination of some pro, semi-pro, and collegiate athletes on that team. So they're a good mix of soccer club there. And I also want to thank Worldwide Automotive for being our official touchdown sponsor this season. The graphic you see come up there every time we score a touchdown. Every touchdown sponsored by Worldwide Automotive. Taylor will line up with 3 wide receivers. Get a snap, give over the middle. Good penetration by OakLeaf, but it was met by a very aggressive running back there. And they'll get about 3 or 4 yards. OakLeaf will put some fresh bodies in, and we'll approach the 4-minute mark. Call it 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard pickup.
Still rotating in some senior big bodies in there, so you know they have not given Orange Park an inch here, even into this running clock.
And the Raiders have held the ball for the vast majority of this 4th quarter, doing exactly what they wanted to just keep the OakLeaf offense off the field, but OakLeaf is content to get their defense some repetitions. Taylor runs out of the pressure. What an elusive move that was, and he gets tripped up. He was off to the races otherwise, and that was it's pretty tough running by Taylor. This is the thing that he's capable of. He gets the opportunity to get a running lane, he will fly, but he kind of runs some high-risk runs too.
Looks like we're going to have another player down here, this time for OakLeaf.
Number 51, Evan Brown, the offensive and defensive lineman, the junior. See, this is something that you don't want to see in a situation like this, even though the clock is running and it's the game is pretty much decided. There's a couple of OakLeaf players that have been banged up here.
Yeah, and the way they're stretching the foot, looks like it would be a cramp.
And that's a hydration issue, and it doesn't matter what you do in terms of your conditioning, and hydration is a chase here in the state of Florida. It's a constant movement of water because out here on the field, you're moving, heart rate's up, your body's sweating, and if you don't replace those fluids right away, and over time, you'll eventually end up with that. Get some pickle juice, a little mustard, and he'll be right as rain in a little bit.
Oh, sure. Or just out of an abundance of caution, I bet that's the last snap we see of him.
Pretty much. 3.5 minutes to go here, and they'll wind it back in. Ball sitting at the 38-yard line of OakLeaf. I think it's really important for Orange Park to finish this drive with a touchdown.
Yes, absolutely. Just get points here.
Get that jet motion across. Ruiz puts his foot in the ground. OakLeaf penetration was there. And, I mean, these nights, whether you're starters or your backups in, they really are coached well, and they can set an edge.
It was an excellent edge set by Anthony Smith there, absolutely. He flew up the field and caught the offensive lineman that was trying to pull into space. All of a sudden created a stop and a wall, and there's nothing the running back could do. Had to try to go forward, got nothing.
It's one of the blessings that OakLeaf has is not only do they have all of that talent and that physicality, but they are extremely well coached. I've seen a lot of good disciplined defensive plays that Florida State would pick up on. Sorry, just letting that out there. They got a big game against Boston College and a sellout in Tallahassee on Monday night. They'll fix it. Counter play, that's blown up. Like the play design, but again, OakLeaf far too good to get into the backfield.
Now, Boston College has got a quarterback that can run as well, and that was their Achilles heel last week with Haynes.
Yes, that was, and it was their Achilles heel last season when they played them in Chestnut Hill. If it wasn't for some late-game defensive heroics and Jordan Travis being him, I think Boston College wins that game too. So, yeah, that's going to be it's dicey right now. And I got to watch a little bit of a big game James Coleman do a film breakdown of Georgia Tech, Florida State, and I couldn't finish watching it because everything that he was saying was right, and I was absolutely disgusted.
Oh, it just made you furious, I bet.
No, it's just as a broadcaster and an analyst, watching that and in slow motion, oh, that's horrible. So hopefully they'll fix it. A lot of college football to be played. In the meantime, back to high school. Taylor throws a strike. Great pitch and catch right there. That'll get it back to about a 7 yard to go here for the first down.
So even though that clock might say 1 minute and 35 seconds, you got to act like that says less than 30, to be honest. It's going to run really, really quickly here.
Yeah, it's just going to drain away. And they still got your timeouts, so nobody's really taking them at this point. It is 4th down. So you either move the sticks here or OakLeaf will pretty much take some knees and end it for you. And again, get a touchdown on this drive. Get something to cheer about tonight. Taylor, quick throw, quick flip, first down. Very good, and that's exactly what they needed to do.
Right.
They moved the sticks, and it's a positive play.
Now you got to get on the ball. Now there has to be a sense of tempo. You have less than a minute of real time to score.
Yep, and this is how you get that 2-minute offense drill in a game situation. And this is not something, unfortunately, it's not something that Orange Park is known for, is hurry-up offense. On the flip side of that, if you've watched St. Augustine High School recently, those guys move fast, and now we got a guy who's going to drop to the turf. and yeah, it's a flop, but, we'll let him have it. That was Quentin Moore just trying to get the clock stopped and not use a charge timeout, which, yeah, in college ball that'd be a penalty and a 10-second runoff, but not in high school.
Which that wasn't even very well faked, to be honest. Like he's getting a talking to from the referee of like, hey, why did you help him up that fast?
Yeah,
I know that he didn't do it. Just don't do that, man. Come on. If you're going to make him sell for it, sell for it.
Well, and then he did come over and he's doing a little stretch. So maybe there was some legitimacy to that, but.
He's just milking it over there.
So the Orange Park Theater Department might have a blast with that one.
Yeah, you got a new recruit. Let's see how it goes.
Might be a part of the International Thespian Society after that's over with. So the clock runs under 30 seconds here. Again, you got timeouts, and you could use them here and just play some situation football here. But Taylor's going to drop back. He's going to get into a host of tacklers, and they'll drag him down. He almost
escaped
escaped that
sack.
pressure.
17, 16, 15. You're not going to get another snap off here. That's your chance at a touchdown. It's gone.
You're not going to take a timeout either.
Yeah, that's it.
And they're just content to walk away. And, honestly, I hate to see that. I mean, I know that it's kind of a tall situation here, but, put a little fight in, use it to develop your season. But nonetheless, they're going to call that in the books, keep their kids safe, no more risk of injury. And that's our final score. 42-0 here from Hoyt B. Cotney Stadium. David, some final thoughts that don't involve food.
That's a tough one now. That was a curveball I was not expecting, BP. All right, so thoughts not involving food. OakLeaf looks really good.
Yes, they do.
OakLeaf looks like they're a well-put-together football program that can not only run the ball but can throw the ball to set up the run, which is not something I'm used to saying in high school football at all. But they can definitely find ways to get you into 2 high-safety looks and then take advantage of it with their potent run game and their big running back.
So we're going to get to see them next week against Fleming Island team. And, a little bit different story. Fleming Island's a little bit defensive structure, to them. They are good, and we'll see if they can finish off Riverside tonight. We'll have that score later for you on Instagram this evening. For David Wells and Aaron and Garrett, our delightful camera crew, Ray Canaveri, our director, and Courtney Wallace, our producer, Caden running the scoreboard tonight. This is BP Friday Night Lights on FSB. Next week, live from Fleming Island and The Rock. Until next week, so long, everyone.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same.
Automotive is bringing back the neighborhood repair facility with fair and honest pricing. It's why Worldwide Automotive's motto is car repair with care. Worldwide Automotive provides old-fashioned customer-centered service in an environment that is friendly and welcoming. Servicing domestic and European cars, Worldwide Automotive is offering $25 off to anyone who mentions this ad. And that's for any service. There's no need to go to the dealer for your 30, 60, 90, or 120-mile services. They offer same-day service and will handle your requirements for oil changes, belts, tire rotations, air conditioning, brake flushes, transmission services, and tune-ups. Come by and say hi to owners Joe and Valerie and see why they say their customers are family. Worldwide Automotive is located at 2490 County Road 220. For more information, go to worldwide-automotive.com.